Hi, this is Rudy, and what I've been up to lately. Well, I have been getting ready for surgery. There's a surgery coming about, and my doctor or doctors who were working together or whatever had assigned me some medication to help shrink something that was going on in my body, and there's a lot of things went disarray, and I had to have it did an idiosyncrasy thing. It did the fact that it's supposed to do one thing, it did the opposite. So instead of shrinking, it made it expand. So I have to get this tumor taken out of my body from stress and everything else that it grows from, the environment, the way we eat, and all this other stuff. And years of nonsense. And then afterwards I have to that's another video to get into, but afterwards well, first the GI guy, the gastrointestinal guy, is going to come in and straighten out my intestines. And then your intestines is really long, like a football field. So imagine all the work he has to do up in there and try to make sure everything is like in alignment, no kinks, no bumps, no nothing like that, and take out the adhesions and all that and make sure everything's clean. So I wanted to detox before I got through this, but maybe next week when I get paid or whatever. And so I have to do that, and then I'm doing afterwards, after I get through doing, he's going to do that, and then the other guy's going to go in and take out the tumors or whatever that's plaguing my body with all these toxins. So we take all these toxins out, and I should be done. Well, I've been doing homework too, right? So I took 2 weeks off at one time and relaxed, and they didn't tell me until I got back in school when I was going to actually have surgery. Then the big dilemma of two people having to do the surgery and coinciding and what days and whatever. 2 days before Christmas. And so I have been like stressed at first because of the doctor's bills, and before they even put you down on the table, they have to make sure that you got their portion paid, and they don't want to let the insurance tell you how much you're supposed to pay, which I'm learning from business class and significant other and so on and so forth. Your responsibility. They just want to, hey, this is just what I want, period. And hopefully your insurance pays. If it does not, hey, you're responsible for the other part. And before you can actually go in and do anything, you are going to have to make sure you pay me. And it just is so stressful. And because at that point, wait a minute, you are the one that said you wanted to cut on me the first time, so I waited like 3 years later until you gave me some medicine actually, and then all of a sudden then and then now you want me to like beg you to cut on me? I'm not feeling that, So anyway, that's where we are right now in that situation. This video is so I'm already trying to do my homework. I can't concentrate too much or anything like that, so I'm leaning on the fact of the LD that I started off with, or whatever, that I've been managing for well, attention deficit activity, which I use to my advantage, which means that I really use that hyperactivity to get stuff done. That's what I mean. I use to my advantage. And sometimes there's a downfall of that, because you can not, because if you're gifted at the same time and then you have that, it kind of is like a seesaw, and you trying to get on that seesaw and balance everything out and make sure everything's done on the seesaw, and something's always lagging. As you can see in my hands, one is either up and down or whatever. Well, I was supposed to be getting a whole bunch of homework done last week and could not focus at all, because these bills was on my mind and everything else, because I was the only one paying it at the time. So I was like, and I know significant other and all that, he's starting to understand how stressful that is. So that's, so if he's trying to step up to the plate and do other things, so I'm like, okay, well, hopefully I'll try not to think of things and then let that happen, and go from there. So this video is like how to take a negative and turn it into a positive. Like, for instance, the idea of, oh, I'm going to take surgery or whatever, and then my neighbor said, please come out of surgery safe. I'm like, dude, I don't need that negativity going, because I already had dealt with that last week. So my mind is, it's going to work out. It's going to work out, because I got to come back out here and do more videos and raise more cane and make a business structure and make it work. Because there's, at the top of the pyramid, at the top of the business, there is a boss. Okay, from that boss, that branches off, and there's other people, and there's other people, and there's other people, and there's other people, and there's other people. So until we get to the bottom, cream of the crop, that really starts things going, and it goes on up and up and up, and that's how the money flows. See, which is interesting, because you start at the top and it goes on down. It's when you're building your staff, you first opening the business, right? So then when the money starts to flow, it already starts at the bottom with 0, right? And then it flows and starts on going on up until boom, at the top. He doesn't have to worry about, or she doesn't have to worry about anything, because the boss is taken care of. All the boss has to do is pay all the other people, employees underneath. Isn't that awesome? All right, cool. That's what I'm studying right now. Organizational structures. And so anyway, so now I know how I'm going to actually put my presentation together. However, this is what I wanted to say. The negative, when something negative comes about, this is what I've just learned recently. When something negative just comes about, we got to find something to change it into a positive, right? So at this time you say, oh, I cut my finger, which it did. I cut it right here, right? Paper cut. And so I went and cleaned it and all that stuff. It still hurts. Yeah, well, so we deal with that. But then I know now to be careful on that part, right? Okay, so the other thing, tooth over here. I'm going to take this and take this from a negative to a positive. My tooth on this side and this side and this side up there. Oh man, those cavities are bugging. And that's a root canal coming up over and everything. So yeah, bugging, really bugging, hurting, very sensitive on the side. So what I'm seeing this is as, when people are worried and all that stuff, you can see all kind of things happening. So a lot of people probably start eating and stuff in their food. They're stuff in their mouth with food. But if you got a tooth issue over here, a tooth issue over there and over there, and all of a sudden you're like, I don't know what I can eat. So you'd be probably leery on everything you can eat. See, during the time the stress levels go up, a lot of people deal with stress different ways. A lot of people cope with eating too much, go into other addictions, relationship addictions. There might be kids watching this, so I can't say the 3-letter word. So, those type of addictions, drugs, alcohol, violence, any way you could deal with whatever the stress level is. So what you have to do is find a way to de-stress and figure it out. Okay? So I was thinking, I was like, well, so all kind of things that I was thinking, I was like, okay, I got to find a way to de-stress. So now this negative of the tooth hurting here, and here, and there's no money to actually pay for it right now. All I had to do is find something that's not going to be so cold, room temperature, maybe even tea or something like that. Not eat so much that could get up in there and there. And in turn, I will be flushing out my system anyway, so that's a positive. And in return, I can be losing some weight anyway. There's a positive. I mean, I'm sitting back right now. I'm not like this huge, big person or anything. I'm just sitting back in my chair to relax because it has a massage thing in it. So I'm just like trying to get some sneaky massage in. But yeah, I mean, there's ways to turn it into a positive, and you just do the best you can and move on, because some kind of way it's going to work out. I'm just not sure how sometimes worrying, how when we worry, how it that feels good, how it works out. See, I like it to work out, and so I'm trying not to worry about it too much. That's a big issue. But Bob Proctor, I just read, well, actually I listened to him, and he was saying that we can take a negative, write it on a piece of paper, and burn it. And something about they used to do it back in the day or something. So I was like, instead of playing with matches, you're gonna probably ball it up and just throw it in trash. You know what I mean? Just forget about it. You know, kind of be mafia about it. So this is Rudy, and I hope that helped. It sure helped me. I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on. I had not been online for reasons. Also, is that this Google Chrome? I think, yeah, Google Chrome would not let me on, and I wanted to go on thing, and it had like disappeared. I had to download it, and I was like, what the flip? So yeah, so have a great day, and hey, I'll be turning most of your negatives into positives, so then great things gonna happen. Bye.